video will demonstrate how to apply heading styles and create the structure needed to make your syllabus and other course content accessible. One of the most common issues we hear from faculty is that the Ally Accessibility Report is flagging documents for missing or incorrectly structured headings. While your course syllabus might look organized, it may still be missing the structure that screen readers rely on to navigate your content. We create this structure by applying heading styles. If you create your documents in Word, we apply these headings using heading 1, heading 2, or heading 3. Heading 1 should always be at the very top of your document, and typically just used once. Your main sections within your document would be heading 2, and any subsections would be heading 3. If you create your documents directly inside Blackboard, you would use title, header, and subheader to do the same. While the names are different, they serve the same purpose by adding that structure to your content. Once we apply these styles, we add the information behind the scenes so that we're not just changing how the text looks, but we're helping the accessibility tools recognize and navigate our documents. So let's take an example by looking at a Word document. Here I have a template for a course syllabus. You'll see that the fonts are larger, they are bold, and in this case I even have a font that has the word heading in it. Unfortunately, this does not make my document accessible. This is visually different and great for many of your learners, but it does not work with screen readers. One way to see this is that if I highlight the text, you'll see on the ribbon, you can see it slightly. It is still formatted as a normal style. It is not formatted as a heading. Another way to view this, and probably a little easier, is if I open up the navigation pane, there is a View tab in Word, and I'm using the full version of Word locally installed, and I am using a PC. So these steps may be slightly different if you're using a Mac. The web version definitely has limited functionality, so you may need to use the full version of Word for this. So once I click the View tab, you'll see there's an option here in the Show section to just check the box for the navigation pane. What's nice about this is it's going to show me any headings that have been applied to my document, and as you can see right now there are none. So as I mentioned before, we want to select that first item and we want to change that style, and we're going to choose heading 1. And now you'll see I have a heading 1 indicated here. And then any main content areas, I'm going to change those and make those be heading 2. And then any subheaders, I will change those to be heading 3. And I would go through my document and I apply these styles. And you'll see I simply did it from this drop down. So if I were to select the items, I get this little contextual menu that pops up. I chose the styles drop down and I chose my headings from here. You can also do so from the Home tab on the ribbon in the Styles section. And you would click the drop down here and choose the heading that you want. And you'll see sometimes we end up with extra spacing we'll have to clean up afterwards. But I would come through and I would add heading 2 for any of my main content areas, and then heading 3 for any subheadings. So I'll do a couple more just to demonstrate. And obviously you would know how you want your content to be logically organized. Anyway, once you've gone through, you would go ahead and save this document. I'm actually going to back out so I can show you the difference on the Ally report. So I'm not going to keep those changes. I'm going to upload both of those syllabi to show you the difference. So first I'm going to navigate to the before syllabus and save. And then second I'm going to navigate to the after syllabus that I've already saved. And I'll upload that so you can see the difference. So in the before, you'll see I have a little bit of an orange colored accessibility indicator. I like to call this the fuel gauge. I'm going to click on that indicator and you'll see the first thing it tells me is the document does not have headings. And so once it finishes loading, it's going to give me a little bit more information about what that means. How do I add headings? So if you're not familiar, the video I just showed you shows you how, but this also gives you guidance. And what's nice is that if you drill down, it'll give you guidance for different platforms as well. And Now if I close out this file and I come back in, you'll see if I look at the accessibility indicator for the new one where I applied all those headings, it's telling me it's a perfect score and that I've met all those accessibility requirements. Obviously, if your document has tables or perhaps images, there are going to be other things you need to do to ensure it's accessible, but the most common issue we've seen, and probably the most challenging one to address, has been those headers. The other thing I wanted to show you is creating a document inside of Blackboard. And so if I were to go to Create, and I'm going to come over here and choose Document, if I was going to build the content right here, there is a style drop down here where I would choose the title, the header, the subheader, etc. So that's how you would apply styles for content that you build directly inside your Blackboard course site.